Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah rabbil alamin wassalatu wassalamu ala sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi washabihi ajma'in. Amma ba'du. I hope everybody is inshallah doing well. And inshallah tonight we'll continue in studying the subject called ULUMUL QUR'AN, or sciences of the Quran. Right, and last week we talked about the surah or the ayat that was revealed in Medina and Makkah. Right, yeah. Every surah or ayah revealed after Hijrah, they call what? Madaniyah. Before Hijrah, they call Makkiyah. And today we'll talk about ASBABUN NUZUL. Asbab. Asbab is Arabic language. Asbab means the reason, the circumstances. Right? Nuzul means what you call come down. Right? Every surah, not many surah, many verse was revealed because there's history behind it. And it is very important that if you want to be mufassir, you would like to understand very well about surah or ayah, right? You have to study Asbabun Nuzul. Yeah. Let me start, inshallah. Okay, Zara. Can you start, Zara? Okay, Rafa, Suklan.
Assalamualaikum.
The
The Quran has been revealed for guidance for all times and situations to come. However, various ayahs were revealed at a particular time in history and in particular circumstances. The Arabic word sabab means reason, and Marifa Asbab al-Nusul is the knowledge about the reasons of the revelations. For example, the knowledge about the particular events and circumstances in history that are related to the revelation of particular passages from the Quran.
The Quran, asbab. Sabab one, asbab mean a lot, plural, right? But it is true, not every surah was revealed because of the sabab, right? Not every surah. For example, Surah Al-Fatiha, was revealed without any question or people ask, right? Surah Al-Fatiha, very interesting. Rasulullah was sitting with Jibril, the angel Jibril. Imagine you are sitting with the angel Jibril. Said, "Hey Muhammad, look up. There is a gate of heaven. They never opened before. It will never ever open again. This is thousands of angels will come down. And those angels will bring Surah Al-Fatiha, and the end of Surah, the end of Surah Al-Baqarah. When I mentioned about to read that Surah every morning before you sleep, right? Subhanallah. The special. So this one is no sabab, right? Sabab means somebody asks question. Mostly the surah have circumstances was revealed is because there is something happened, somebody asked question, right? And we'll talk about that inshallah, right? So mostly like the stories of the prophets, there's no sabab, no asbabun nuzul, right? Sometimes just like for example when Rasulullah, he lost his uncle, and then his wife Khadijah, he was sad. They call Amul Huzun, the year of sadness. Then Allah revealed to him 3 surah to entertain him. Surah Yunus, Surah Hud, and Surah Yusuf. Right? But many surah, especially, have connected with the, what you call, with the ruling, with the ahkam, right? For example, they asked Muhammad SAW about what's the ruling about the wine and gambling. Yas'alunaka 'anil khamri wal maisir. Right? Rasulullah wait. Then Allah revealed the ayah about that. Yeah. Okay, Fuad.
One of the best classical scholars in this field wrote, "The knowledge about tafsir of the ayat is not possible without occupying oneself with their stories and explanation of the reasons for their revelation. Knowledge about the Asbab al-Nuzul helps one to understand the circumstances in which a particular revelation is occurred, which sheds light on its implications and gives guidance to the explanation, tafsir, and application of the ayah in question for other situations."
Yeah, what is the important knowing Asbabun Nuzul? Right? From now on, I'm going to use the Arabic word, right? Asbabun Nuzul. Asbabun Nuzul mean what? Circumstances or history behind that revelation, right? So here it said, Dr. Wahidi said, if you want to make a tafsir explanation of the ayah or the verses without knowing Asbab al-Nuzul will be difficult, right? I mentioned last time, for example, وَالضُّحَى وَاللَّيْلِ إِذَا سَجَى مَا وَدَّعَكَ رَبُّكَ وَمَا قَلَى. By the dawn and by the night when it become dark, you know, your Lord will not forsake you. Your Lord will not forsake you. You know, you can explain, you can translate, but why Allah suddenly, He said, I will not leave you alone, Muhammad. I'll be with you. Why is it? There was Quraysh, the Arabs, when they asked question and Muhammad said tomorrow, and the angel didn't come, you know, for maybe almost 15 days, and people spread the rumors. Muhammad, he is not longer a prophet. His God forsaken him. His God left him alone. So Allah revealed this. Ma wadda'aka rabbuka wa ma qala. So without knowing the history, you know, we cannot explain to the people, you know, what you call better, or people can understand. Yeah. Okay, Alul.
The direct and immediate meaning and implication of ayah, as it can be seen within origin context, the immediate reason underlying a legal ruling, the origin intent of the ayah, whether the meaning of the ayah is specific or of the general application, and if so, under which circumstance it is so to be applied, the historical situation at the time of the Prophet and the community of the early Muslim community.
So, instead, in particular, knowledge about the Asbabun Nuzul have one to understand, number one, the direct and immediate meaning of the ayah, right? Because some ayah, sometimes you know it, but in this case, what the meaning of this ayah, what Allah wanted, right? Like the word, for example, zakah, right? The word zakah means give charity. But in Surah Al-Mu'minun, وَالَّذِينَ هُمْ لِلزَّكَاةِ فَاعِلُونَ. You know, also talk about the sign of the believer, the one who pray khushu, the one who avoid to say something nonsense, and the one who zakat. So the ulama said the word zakah here means purification, the one who purify their hearts, right? Qad aflaha man zakkaha. Because the reason people are able to pray khushu and avoid to talk about nonsense is because of what? His heart is clean. And then also the original intent of the ayah, right? So inshallah we'll give you examples you understand better, right? What's this ayah mean? When ayah was said, like for example, this ayah in Surah Al-An'am, right? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned in that surah, وَلَمْ يَلْبِسُوا إِيمَانَهُمْ بِظُلْمٍ أُولَٰئِكَ لَهُمُ الْأَمْنُ. Those people who did not mix their faith, their good deed with dhulum. Dhulum means wrongdoing. And those people will enter Jannah. When this ayah was revealed, the Sahaba was scared. Who among us never commit dhulum, wrongdoing, sin? Everybody, no exception, right? Oh man, that means no one of us will enter Jannah, right? So when the Prophet, this ayah is difficult for us because, and there Rasulullah said, look, the word dhulum, wrongdoing here, is not what you understand. Remember what Luqman said? Inna shirka la dhulmun azim. Shirk is the greatest wrongdoing. So the word dhulum here is not what like you know. The meaning is this: dhulum means wrongdoing, injustice. But in this particular ayah, the meaning is not injustice, but shirk. That means the one who die and commit shirk, he not repent yet. He believes that God have partner, God have son, right? He will not enter Jannah. But you wrongdoing, sin, you repent to Allah, Allah forgive you. Safia?
Assalamualaikum.
Assalamualaikum.
Example: to God belong the east and the west. Whithersoever ye turn, there is the presence of God, for God is all-pervading, all-knowing. Without knowing the sabab reason, one might easily conclude that this revelation permits the Muslim to face any direction when performing prayer, while it is well known that to face Qibla is one of the conditions without which prayer is invalid. The circumstances in which this revelation occurred explains its implications.
So now you read the ayah. To God belong the east and the west. Oh man, so I can pray to the east and the west? No. Right? But what this ayah mean? This ayah mean because the Ahlul Kitab, the Jews, when Allah changed the Qibla, when Muslim went to Medina, when they pray, facing Jerusalem. And the Jews facing Jerusalem. And the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu he missed Kaaba. Oh man, I want to see Kaaba again. When he was in Mecca, he can go both directions. He used to pray in Maqam Ibrahim, this is Kaaba, this is Jerusalem. But now, Kaaba behind him. He want to move there. But he was very polite. Every day when he left the house looking like this, the sky. Almost 1 month. Until one day, he was pray Asar with his companion in one place. Now it's called Masjid Qiblatain. If you go for Umrah, you will see that Masjid of the Qibla. When he was making ruku, Jibril came and brought the ayah. قَدْ نَرَى تَقَلُّبَ وَجْهِكَ فِي السَّمَاءِ. Oh Muhammad, I saw you turn your face to the heaven. فَلَنُوَلِّيَنَّكَ قِبْلَةً تَرْضَوْهَا. No, you can turn to the Qibla, direction that you want. فَوَلِّ وَجْهَكَ سَطْرَ الْمَسْجِدِ الْحَرَامِ. Right? And turn your face now toward the direction of Kaaba. Imagine his imam like this, and behind the people, he immediately turned and has a companion to turn also behind him. That's not easy. People might be asked question, why he did immediately? Why didn't just wait? Look, after Salam Alaikum, when I was making ruku, Jibril told me from now on, our Qibla go back to Kaaba in Makkah. Yeah, because the Prophet want to teach us a lesson. When Allah asks you to do something, just do it immediately. Don't delay it. Maybe he died, and everybody didn't know, right? Immediately, Sami'na wa ata'na, we hear and obey, right? So the Jews said, what kind of religion? You know, Jerusalem, then Kaaba, Kaaba, Jerusalem. So Allah said, hey, you turn Jerusalem, you turn the Kaaba, you turn east-west, is Allah is there. So this one just to answer, you know, their accusation, right? Yeah, of the Jews when they attacking the Muslim. Oh, you know, east, the west, what? Right? But when you pray, you have to be on the same day. But also maybe one day you are in the darkness, you are in jungle, you know what direction, right? You can just guess. They will say this the story here, inshallah. Yumna.
According to Wahidi, a group of Muslims traveled on a dark night and they did not know where the Qibla was. So they later realized that they had prayed in the wrong direction. They asked the Prophet about it and he kept silent until the above verse was revealed. That one may pray voluntary prayer on one's riding camel in whichever direction it may turn, based on Ibn Umar. That the companions of the Prophet asked why they were ordered to pray for the dead negus of Abyssinia, who had prayed towards a different Qibla than their own, based on Ibn Abbas and Atta. That the Jews asked why the Qibla of the Muslims had been changed from Bayt al-Maqdis, based on Ibn Abi Talha.
Yeah. So this is also explanation, the reason. Remember ASBABUN, we talk about what? ASBABUN NUZUL, the story, the history. Why Allah said, to Allah belong the East and the West, right? So now it is easy for Muslim when you are, maybe you pray, you know, now it's not difficult because you have compass, right? But some people in the jungle, you don't know which direction is it, something confused. You can pray according what you do. I think this way, it's okay. And then you realize it's wrong, it's okay. Allah belongs to the East and the West. That's the easiest for us. What you have to do is somebody was praying in wrong direction. Do you talk to him? Hey man, go this direction. No. You just in behind him, just move it like this. Yeah, to the right direction. And you, when you pray, and somebody, and you are in the wrong direction, you don't know, if somebody give you the right direction, right, move your body like this, just follow. Nonsense. What? Right? The king of Nagus, you know, who silently became Muslim, right? Of course, you know, when the Muslim in Abyssinia didn't know what, you know, the ayah was revealed because there is no WhatsApp, no Facebook, right? You know, people still praying to Jerusalem, didn't know what at that time, right? Or maybe this ayah was revealed because the Jews was complaining, why is it changing all the Qibla? Because the Jews wanted everybody to go to Jerusalem because that's their capital before. Allah SWT changed it. Yeah. Jason?
Yes, Assalamu alaikum.
Salam.
The well-known Asbab al-Nuzul have been related to us by the reliable companions of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Only reports which are sahih can be considered fully reliable, as in the case in the science of hadith generally. A particular condition here is also that the person who relates it should have been present at the time and occasion of the event and revelation.
So the question, how did we know? How did we know this surah, was revealed because of that history, their circumstances? The only sources for this is his companion. Like Abdullah bin Mas'ud said, I know every surah where and when there was revealed. Right? It is in Makkah, in Medina, under the tree, in his house. Abdullah says, subhanallah. This is to show us how the Prophet companion, they love Quran so much. Because the ASBABUN NUZUL subject is not by the prophets. It's by the initiative of his companion. And also, the companion, when they pray, and the Prophet will recite any surah, in their mind click, oh, I know this surah was revealed where. For example, Surah Mujadalah, right? قَدْ سَمِعَ اللَّهُ قَالَ الَّتِي تُجَادِلُكَ فِي زَوْجِهَا وَتَشْتَكِي إِلَى اللَّهِ. The Arab have a custom, how to punish the woman, right? In order to punish them, they are accustomed to used to say, you are like the back of my mother. That means by saying that, you are like my mother, can you have relationship with your mother? Have intercourse? No, right? But at the same time, she is not divorced, in limbo. That's how, Islam came to remove all this kind of punishment. So a woman by name Khawla has been married with her husband for a long time. They have many kids. She is poor. So when her husband said, you are like the back of my mother, what do you have to do? But later on, this man realized that I need her. What do I have to do now? I said, no, you always say, you cannot touch me anymore now. Because both of them, they are Muslim now. But still they're using the Arab custom at that time. So they went to prophets. And she complained. Oh, the prophet, I am old. I depend on him. I have many children. But now I'm in limbo. I'm not his wife. I'm not divorced. Rasulullah, he couldn't answer because it's a custom on the time. Right? And she cried. And she left. And then after that, Jibril came and they called Aisha. Aisha, call her back. Right? He said, Hawla, God did hear your complaining. The Quran said, Qad sami Allah. Indeed, Allah did hear. Qawla allati tujadiluka fi zawjiha. Allah did hear concerning the woman who come to you and complaining about her husband. Allah. So the Prophet companion, when he prayed, oh, I know. It's about Hawla. It's about Hawla. So they can live with, yeah. So the only sources to know about all this is the Prophet companion. And alhamdulillah, all companion, they recorded when and how any verses, any chapter was revealed to Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So that's the special book. You can Google ASBABUN NUZUL and explain everything. Yeah. Okay, Hanin?
Kinds of reports. There are two kinds of reports on Asbab al-Nuzul, definite reports, probable reports. In the first kind, definite, the narrator clearly indicates that the event he relates is the Sabab al-Nuzul. Narrated Ibn Abbas, the verse obey Allah and obey the apostle and those of you Muslims who are in authority was revealed in connection with Abdullah bin Hudafa bin Qais bin Adi when the Prophet appointed him as the commander of a Sariya army detachment.
There's two kinds of report, right? Definity report and probably. So it means definity just for this case, for example, right? This is the story about, wa ati'ullah wa ati'ur Rasul. Obey Allah and obey the messenger. Wa ulil amri minkum, and the one who are in charge, the authority, right? On that day, Rasulullah SAW, he going to send a group of people. Of course, need to be somebody to be the leader of them, right? So in Islam, so that leader had to be obeyed, right? It is mandatory for Muslim to obey the leader. But very interesting, if you read the ayah 4:59, Allah said, look at this, isn't it? Wa ati'ullah, and obey Allah. Wa ati'ur Rasul, and obey the messenger. Wa ulil amri, and the authority. What missing here? Missing the word obey. Even mean obey him, right? But when we come to Allah, ati'u, obey Allah. Obey messenger, and what it means to obey Allah, obey the messenger is what you call, have to be absolute. No question. Allah said do, the Prophet said do, you have to obey. Don't do, you have to abstain. But authority is depend. If the authority asks you to do something against the teaching of Allah and the Prophet, don't obey them. Even he is your leader. So one day, the Prophet ﷺ, he brought a group, and one of them become leader. And then they set up a place to take rest. And the leader asked them to collect the wood. So they collected and asked them to set up the fire. So the fire, the fire was flaming. Then the leader said to his followers, said, jump. Asked them to jump to the fire. They almost, because the Quran said, obey Allah, obey messenger, and those who are in charge. Almost of them, and then they stop it. Wait a minute. We pray, we do all this, to protect us from the hellfire. We dua, waqina adzaban nar. Allah protect us from hellfire. Allahumma ajirna minan nar. Allah save us from hellfire. And you were going to jump to the fire now? He said no. The leader wanted to test them. So when they went back to the prophets, oh, prophet, we don't know. Please tell us what's the ruling now. We did not obey our leader. Rasulullah was smiling. You did a good job. If you jump to the fire, you will stay forever. That means you are fire here, fire over there. Right? Yeah. What do you mean? It means you obey your leader if he asks you to do something, right? Correct, right. By jumping to the fire, that means you commit suicide. Committing suicide in Islam is forbidden. Right? Mahnur?
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu.
Kinds of reasons. There are 3 kinds of reasons which are connected with revelation of particular passages from the Quran. Revelation in response to an event or a general situation. Revelation in response to a particular situation which has been asked by someone. And revelation for other reasons, known or not known to us.
Yeah, right. So these 3 types of ASBABUN NUZUL, right? Revelation in response to an event, right? Maybe you remember when the Prophet Muhammad SAW, with his companion, he went to Makkah, right? for Umrah, small Hajj. But the Meccan, they stopped them in the place called Hudaybiyah. He said, no, he cannot come for Umrah this year. And then they have made peace treaty. So 10 years, there will be no war between Mecca and Medina. Right? And you can come next year. Imagine, you pay the package, you go to Mecca, and you arrive in Jeddah. He said, no Hajj, no Umrah, go back. It is very difficult for the companion to accept. Even Umar was a prophet. Did not you have dream? You told us that you're going to Mecca. I said, yeah, but not this year, maybe. Right? And then on the way back, Allah revealed the surah An-Nasr. إِذَا جَاءَ نَصْرُ اللَّهِ وَالْفَتَحِ. When the victory in the opening of Makkah has come. Allah, good news. Rasulullah accepted the peace treaty, even at many points that look like, if you look at, what you call, with the short understanding, you will not accept. Right? That's how the companion was get angry. But Rasulullah, he looked at for long term. The important peace. Do you know what happened? The numbers of number of people become Muslim is higher than when we were 13 years in Makkah. Double, many of them. Because you are in peace, easy to make dawah. You're free to go everywhere. Right? So after 2 years, the promise of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is happened. So going back to Makkah as a victory. Right? So Surah An-Nasr was revealed in response to an event, right? In response to particular question, something. Somebody asked Rasulullah SAW about a certain issue. يَسْأَلُونَكَ عَنِ الْخَمْرِ وَالْمَيْسِرِ. They ask you concerning alcohol and gambling. It is okay or not, for example, right? Then Rasulullah give the answer, right? Or somebody asks Rasulullah, where is Allah? Right? So Allah revealed, وَإِذَا سَأَلَكِ عِبَادِي أَنِّي فَإِنِّي قَرِيبٌ. When my servant asks concerning me, about me, I am near. Right? So Allah will give you some the example of this. Okay, Fatiha, Aliyah.
Response to an event. Narrated Ibn Abbas, the Prophet ﷺ went out towards al-Baghdad and ascended the mountain and shouted, O Sabaha. So the Quraysh people gathered around him. He said, do you see, if I tell you that an enemy is going to attack you in the morning or in the evening, will you believe me? They replied, yes. He said, then I am a plain warner to you of a coming severe punishment. Abu Lahab said, is it for this reason that you have gathered us? May you perish. Then Allah revealed, perish the hands of Abu Lahab. The surah concerning Abu Lahab was revealed in response to this event, when Abu Lahab said, may you perish.
Yeah? Very interesting. Abu Lahab is, Rasulullah have 4 uncles, right? 2 uncles become Muslim, Abbas and Hamza. And 2 uncles did not become Muslim, Abu Talib and Abu Lahab. Abu Talib did not become Muslim, but he was nice. He protected Muhammad SAW. He suffered with him. But Abu Lahab, right? So one day Rasulullah he gathered all the Quraysh. He said it was close to the mountain of Safa. So stood up there. Hey, if I tell you this enemy behind me now is coming, do you believe? Of course, you never lie. Hey, I am a messenger of God. I come to warn you, to give you warning if you don't obey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Something like that. And Abu Lahab said, what? You gather us just for that? Tabbat yada. May you perish your hand. This is the way this Arab when you pray somebody to be destroyed, to die. Then Allah revealed the surah, right? Tabbat yada abi lahabin wa tab ma agna anhu maluhu wa ma kasab sayasla naran dhata lahab. So this ayah mean Abu Lahab, the one who perished his hand. You know, his well will not benefit him. And both of them, Abu Lahab and his wife, will go to hellfire. That means they never become Muslim. The question to you now, what is the easy way, the easiest way for Abu Lahab to prove it that Muhammad is liar? Because you always said Muhammad liar. We didn't prove. This is the best opportunity. Right? He could, for example, gather people from the Kaaba. Hey, Muhammad told me that me and my wife will never become Muslim. Ashhadu an Allah wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. Just for 1 hour, 2 hours. Do you know how long he will live after this surah? He lived for 10 years. For 10 years. Why he not come to his mind to pretend? So that means he have proof. Or even his friend Abu Jahl. Hey Abu Lahab, this is a good opportunity. Just go outside, say you are Muslim now. So the Quran will be finished. No, because the one who said not Muhammad is Allah. Right? If I tell, you know, Wildan, he will never eat banana. What the easiest way for Wildan to prove I'm lying? Just go Safeway, buy banana and eat it. I eat it. I cannot say that. Human being cannot make a judgment for the future because nobody knows about the future. This is the proof the Quran is the word of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Yeah, there's many, another surah also can be a good example for that. Yeah. Okay, we're done.
Response to a particular situation. So, Surah 150 concerning Safa and Marwa was revealed in response to a particular situation in Makkah during the time of the Prophet. Narrated Urwa, I asked Aisha regarding the site between As-Safa and Al-Marwa. He said, out of reverence to the idol Manat, which was placed in Al-Mushallal, those who used to assume Ihram in its name used not to perform site between As-Safa and Al-Marwa, because there are 2 other idols between these 2 hills. So Allah revealed, verily, As-Safa and Al-Marwa are among the symbols of Allah.
The Quraysh, they put 2 idols, you know. One in the Safa, one in Marwa. Remember Muhammad SAW when he was in Makkah, right? He kept all his idols because he's weak. Islam not strong yet. Right? Manat and Uzza. Manat and Uzza. That's the name of the gods here. So the Makkan used to go here to worship this god and go back to Marwa, go see the god. That used to be. Of course, now the Muhammad is there, so remove it. So some Sahaba, his companion, hesitate to do this. Man, that means we follow them, man. You know, so far that means worship the Uzza and worship Manat. So do we continue or not? Then the ayah revealed, Inna Safa wal Marwata min sha'airillah. Indeed, no doubts. Safa and Marwa is a symbol of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Symbol of Hajar looking for them. Forget it, all this Quraysh, what they're doing. Right? Yeah, to remove their doubts. Part of the Hajj or Umrah, you have to walk in between 2, not to worship this idol, to commemorate the struggling of the woman called Hajar, right? So this, so look, now if you read this, you know, oh, no, understand. Because if you don't, Inna Safa wal Marwata min sha'airillah, Indeed, Safa and Marwa, one of the symbol of Allah. How you explain that? Why Allah said it, right? But if you know the rest, the story, ASBABUN NUZUL, this to remove in the Prophet companion concerning the idea of peace before, because most of them before is not Muslim, right? Yeah. Rinat? Rinat?
On many occasions, the Muslims addressed questions to the Prophet concerning Islamic beliefs and the Islamic way of life. An example of that many occasions when a revelation was revealed in response to such a question posed to the Prophet, Surah 4:11. Narrated Jabir, the Prophet and Abu Bakr came on foot to pay me a visit during my illness at Banu Salma's house or dwelling. The Prophet found me unconscious, so he asked for water and performed ablution from it and sprinkled some water over me. I came to my senses and said, "O Allah's apostle, what do you order me to do as regards to my wealth?" So there was revealed Allah's commands as he regards to your children's inheritance. 4:11.
Yeah. So this man is going to die, and he is rich, and he didn't know how to do with his money, right? So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala then revealed the ruling about inheritance. Yusikumullah fi awladikum, right? So if you read 4:11, you will see how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala divided the inheritance, right? Fadil?
On other occasions, the Prophet himself asked questions. Surah 19, Ayah 64 was revealed in response to such a question by the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ. Narrated Ibn Abbas, the Prophet said to the angel Jibreel, what prevents you from visiting us more often than you visit us now? So there was revealed, and we, angels, descend not by the command of your Lord. To him belongs what is before us and what is behind us.
Yeah. وَمَا نَتَنَزَّلُ إِلَّا بِأَمْرِ رَبِّكَ. We not send down, we not come down except by Allah's command. So why the angel said this, right? If you know the reason, oh no, I know. Muhammad, he missed Jibreel. You know, in the beginning he was scared, right? And after he familiar with Jibreel, but he didn't see Jibreel, he missed him. Right? So Muhammad said, Jibreel, please, why you not come often? Right? Hey, Muhammad, I am a slave of God. I only come to you by his command, not by your command. Right? This is the meaning, you know, the ayah 1964. Yeah. Okay. Ahmad Ibrahim.
Response to a general question. There are numerous occasions when revelation was sent down, providing guidance concerning general questions that had arisen in the Muslim community. Thabit narrated from Anas. Among the Jews, when a woman menstruated, they did not dine with her, nor did they live with them in their houses. So the companions of the Apostle, may Allah be peace upon him, asked the Apostle, and Allah the Exalted revealed, and they ask you about menstruation. Say it is a pollution, so keep away from women during menstruation to the end. Quran 2, ayah 222.
Yeah, there is two religions here. The Jews is very harsh. When woman during period, he cannot sleep with her. Even some of them, they took her to their parents. And some of them they put in the backyard and make a tent, ask her to stay there for 1 week until finish her period, right? And then used to give food, you know, like under the the curtain. Subhanallah. And then in Christianity, you can do whatever you want with your wife during this period. So, no, because he said, no, wait a minute, the Jews and the Christians, they have book before us. So that means what we have to do now. So Allah SWT, Nisa'ukum harthun lakum, said, your wife is like a farm. Right? It means you can sleep, you can eat together, but you cannot have this kind of relationship with her. Everything is okay. Yeah. So sometimes respond to general question. Yeah. Fikri, Rido?
Often a general rule which became part of the Quranic revelation was first revealed in response to the circumstances or need of a particular person. Surah 2, 196. And if any of you is ill or has an ailment in his scalp, necessitating shaving, he should in compensation either fast or feed the poor or offer sacrifice. Ka'b bin Ujrah said this verse, and if one of you is ill or has an ailment in his scalp, it was revealed concerning me. I had lice on my head, and I mentioned this to the Prophet, and he said, shave your head and compensate by fasting 3 days, or a sacrifice, or feed 6 poor for each poor one.
Yeah, when you go to Hajj, after finish, you have to shave your hair. But now you have problem with your hair, right? What do you have to do? This ayah was revealed. So you have to feed sick poor, right? This is so because when you read this, if you don't know the situation, why Allah SWT asked to feed, to sacrifice or feed sick poor? And so on. Oh, yeah. Somebody, he cannot shave his hair. Instead, they have to do that. Yeah. Another, what you call, the example. Yeah. Okay. Zahra? Are you there, Zahra? Zahra, what's your name? Okay, Rinat?
From the particular reports of the Sahaba, it appears that particular passages of the Quran were revealed in response to more than one event, situation, or question, or that the application of a particular passage of the Quran was for more than one particular occasion. As pointed out above, examples. Surah Al-Ikhlas 112 was the response to the Mushrikeen in Mecca before Hijrah, and secondly to the Ahl al-Kitab encountered in Medina after the Hijrah.
So sometimes revelation revealed twice, right? Like Surah Al-Ikhlas. When Muhammad criticized the Quraysh, said, why you worship God made of wood and stone? He said, oh Muhammad, you don't like stone or wood? We can, make God made of gold or silver. There's also a trusted revealed ayah. Qul huwallahu ahad. Say he's Allah, the one, the only. It's not about silver and gold, right? Right. Another question, there was when Muhammad Rasulullah in Medina, when the Jews was asking question about God. Right? Who's your God? How look like your God, man? Right? Qul huwallahu ahad. Says Allah, the one, the only. Allahu samad. Right? So sometimes the surah was revealed twice. Some people said even Fatiha. Fatiha was revealed, when he was in Mecca, also he was in Medina. Right? I want just to share first some video, inshallah. إن الإنسان لفي خسر
إلا الذين الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر. يقال العثار العظام بهم ويرد الهوى ككبش دبيب بذكر. I just want to share with you, inshallah ta'ala, especially the young people in the audience. You don't have something called free time, guys. You don't. You are members of this ummah. Any member of this ummah, especially the young member of this ummah, is constantly working to make his society better, to do something good for people. You don't have free time. You don't have time to play video games for 8 hours. You don't have time for Grand Theft Auto. You don't have time for Modern Warfare. You don't have time. You don't have time for the new movie that's coming out. You don't have time for Superman. You don't have time. You have time to do more important things. That your youth of this ummah, hold yourself to a higher standard. Not just because the elders are telling you, because the sheikh is telling you, because somebody else is telling you. Because your own conscience should tell you. Your la ilaha illallah should tell you, man. It should tell you that you have to be active people. That you will see corruption around you in society. You'll see youth that are getting away from Allah. Who do you think will invite them? Me? No, they don't. Those kids that don't come to the masjid. Those kids that don't come to any halaqat. I have no way of reaching them. You have to reach them. You know, they're your friends. They hang out with you, not with me. You gotta go to them. You have to be their du'at. You have to be an inspiration to them. So you have to make sure that you become a person of concern for those around you. Your friends, don't just complain about your friends. Man, my friends, all they do is watch movies, this, that. Have you ever advised them? Have you ever given them something more positive to do instead? Have you been a good influence for them? You know, this is what you have to do. May Allah Azza wa Jal make our youth the leaders of this ummah. And may Allah Azza wa Jal make them role models for others who have gone away from Allah, to bring them closer to Allah Azza wa Jal. May Allah make all of you examples, good examples of Islam. So the non-Muslims who come to this country, they just see you and they say, man, I want to be Muslim. I want to be like that guy. I want you to be like that. That's the character you live by, your honesty, your integrity, the way you carry yourself, the respect you show to others. You know, they just see that and they say, man, I want to be a Muslim. These Muslims have something special. This is what you have to become. Don't think you're going to give da'wah to non-Muslims by handing them a pamphlet or giving them a website or showing them a video. The real da'wah to Islam is the character of a Muslim. It's the character of a Muslim. You are the du'at of Islam without even opening your mouth. Allah will ask you and me on Judgment Day, this is what you showed to those who were coming to Islam? Were you the reason they came close to Islam, or were you the reason they went even further away from Islam?
Yeah. SubhanAllah. Yeah, we hope, inshallah, we be able to be ambassadors, right? Ambassador of Muslim, inshallah, of Islam in this country. Yeah. Because the Maghrib will be almost late, right? So next week, inshallah, will be 5:50, right? And next week, Nadia and Zara, Rashid, inshallah, have to be ready. And today we have Wildan to be our give presentation. Yeah. You ready, Wildan?
Yeah.
Okay.
Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Today we'll be talking about submission to Allah. Submitting to Allah in Islam is when you surrender and be obedient to Allah. Believing in Allah is not the same as submitting to Allah. Submitting to Him is when you trust Allah with your life and following the right path. When we submit to Allah, it means that we only submit to Him, not anything or any more than just Allah. If we don't submit to Allah, we'll be among those in hellfire. There are 3 different types of submission. The first and lowest form of submission is because we fear hellfire and what it could bring. The second form of submission is because we want paradise and the riches that it could give us. The third and most highest form of submission is because He is Allah, the Almighty, the All-Knowing. He is the only one that deserves our praise and worship. Why we should submit to Allah? Because submitting to Allah will give us a chance to reflect, and when we reflect, Allah will help lead us to the right path. It can also help us understand on why we should submit to Him and Him only. Submitting Allah could help us increase in our faith to Allah. It can give us a better understanding of who He is and how important He is in this ummah. Having submission to Allah can strengthen our relationship to Him and help us to better our moral virtues. Submission can teach us on what we can find peace and happiness once we submit to Allah Himself. We can submit to Allah by believing in Him and to follow the rulings that Allah has given us. And we can submit to Him by following the right path and trusting and giving everything to Allah. We can also do it by praying and only Allah. Yeah, that's it. That's it, yeah.
MashaAllah. Thank you, well done. Very great job. Yes, this is very important. That's the meaning of Islam, in submission to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Right? So if somebody Muslim, we don't want to pray. What means submit? You know, one day the inmate become Muslim, hey, teach how to pray. Okay, raise your hand. What? I had to raise my hand. Somebody put the gun, what you do? Oh, I raise my hand. Don't kill me. That's Islam, submission. Right? It's not make sense that, I'm Muslim, but you don't want to pray. You don't want to abstain from haram thing. What's submission then? Right? Submission, it means khalas. And also when you submit to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it's for you. You be happy in this life, next life. Right? Okay, inshallah. Okay, let me do inshallah. Again, good job, well done. Thank you very much. Okay, Bismillahilladzi la yadurru ma asmihi shay'un fil ardi wa la fis samaa'i wa huwa as-sami'ul 'alim. Bismillahilladzi la yadurru ma asmihi shay'un fil ardi wa la fis samaa'i wa huwa as-sami'ul 'alim. Bismillahilladzi la yadurru ma asmihi shay'un fil ardi wa la fis samaa'i wa huwa as-sami'ul 'alim. Subhanallah bihamdihi 'adada khalqihi wa rida nafsihi wa zinata 'arshihi wa midada kalimatihi. Subhanallah bihamdihi 'adada khalqihi wa rida nafsihi wa zinata 'arshihi wa midada kalimatihi. Subhanallah bihamdihi 'adada khalqihi wa rida nafsihi wa zinata 'arshihi wa midada kalimatihi. Allahumma anfa'ni bima 'allamtani wa 'allimni ma yanfa'uni. Allahumma inni as'aluka fahman nabiyyin wa hifdzal mursalin al-muqarrabin. Allahumma la sahla illa ma ja'altahu sahla wa anta taj'alul hazana idza syi'ta sahla. Rabbi ighfirli wa liwalidayya warhamhuma kama rabbayani shaghira. Rabbana atina fid dunya hasanah wa fil akhirati hasanatan wa qina adzaban nar. Rabbana taqabbal minna innaka antas samiul alim. Wa tub alaina innaka tawwabur rahim. Wa sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Amin. See you inshallah next week at 6:45, okay?